Hey everybody, Jeff aka GCurse here. Welcome to the Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries Season 1 Episode 14 preview. This preview will cover everything that was in Unsolved Mysteries Season 1 Episode 14. Whereas last couple episodes of Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries have been kind of short because they had a few omitted cases. This episode, I am glad to say, has no omitted episodes. That means we are going to be dealing with not one, not two, not three, but six. That's right, 6 cases of Unsolved Mysteries goodness. And boy, do I have an opinion of some of these cases, ladies and gentlemen. First off, we're going to start with the missing persons case of Jeremy Bright. I'm going to give you a brief rundown, then I'll give you a little bit of further thoughts, later on in this video. Jeremy Bright was visiting family in Myrtle Point, Oregon. I think that's where it was. And he attended a county fair, basically, and he disappeared, never to have been seen again. In case number 2, we have the unexplained death of John Martin. John Martin was a state trooper, if I remember correctly, and he was attending. Or he was God, what's the correct term I'm thinking of? He was approaching a car that he pulled over, and sadly he was shot and killed, ultimately killed. Case number 3, we have the case of Leo Corey. Leo Corey, I'm not sure if you consider him a mobster. I'm not sure exactly what he was. I can't remember that much about this case. I know that he tried to run off competing businesses, and he used some underhanded tactics to do that. Case number 4, we have the wanted case. This is the abduction of Michaela Garrett. Sadly, to this day, Michaela has never been located. It's not known if she's alive, if she's dead. They have a person of interest who's currently in prison, and he is awaiting trial. After that, we have the case, the unexplained case. Finally, we get an unexplained case. I love the unexplained cases. This case, not so much. But anyway, we have the case of Jim and Kathy Tatum. This is known as Tatum's house. Basically, the Jim and Kathy Tatum, they are basically claiming that they are the victim of a poltergeist. Finally, case number 6, we have another case that just kind of boils my blood, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Lost Heirs case of Dan Willens. Dan Willens was your old world, grizzled prospector type person. He disappeared and he was never seen from again. So that is just a brief summary. Up next, I'm going to go through a little bit more of these individual cases. Case number 1, ladies and gentlemen, it is the case of Jeremy Bright. Basically, Jeremy, he disappeared when attending a county fair in Myrtle Point, Oregon. Nobody knows what happened to this child. Basically, it's believed that he may have actually been murdered. Some people reported that he could have been shot while swimming at a little swimming hole, basically, with some friends. Some young adults basically had a gun and they were shooting it near where Jeremy was, and they actually ended up shooting Jeremy. If the rumors are to be believed, it's believed that the people that shot Jeremy tried to heal him back to full health, which was fucking stupid. You shot somebody. Shooting, you can't just magically wrap a piece of fucking fabric around the gunshot wound and hope that they're gonna live. No, they need medical care. But that, I'll talk more about that when I get to the case. But yeah, sadly, Jeremy Bright was never seen after that fair. Up next, we have the case of John Martin. John Martin was a state patrol officer, if I remember correctly. He pulled over a vehicle. The people shot. The driver the driver did shoot John. John to his credit, he ended up trying to defend himself as the vehicle was driving off. He shot his entire revolver into the vehicle, damaging the vehicle. Later on, the vehicle was located. It was burned. They tried to torch the vehicle, basically. They were able to determine that this was the vehicle because they found one of the bullet holes from John Martin's revolver, And thankfully, the person that was responsible for killing John Martin was apprehended, and I think he's serving life in prison right now. Up next, we have the case of Leo Corey. I cannot really tell you that much about this case. I can't really recall that much. I think that he was a person that tried to chase off competing businesses, basically by using like strong arm tactics and terrorism to basically scare off any competition. This case, I'm not sure if it mentions it in the Wikipedia, but this case, I think that they did not do the LGBTQ plus, whatever you want to call them. I don't think this case did that group any justice, because they literally made the homosexual scene, I guess you could call it, of the 80s, 70s, and 80s. I think this was in the 70s. I can't recall what the year was, but they made that scene look like that they were all criminals. In my opinion, it's like you have a guy who was supposed to have been homosexual or gay person, whatever you want to call him. He was playing pinball, and Leo Corey comes up and basically asks the guy, "Hey, do you want to do this job?" And the guy is like, "Yeah, I'll do the job for you." It really makes it look like that this case made it look like gay people were criminals, and I don't think that was their intention, but that's the way it came off. I think that he was apprehended. We will find out when I actually cover this in the wiki, when I read the case. Up next, we have the sad case of Michaela Garrick. Basically, Michaela, she was 9 years old, if I remember correctly. Her and a friend went to like a neighborhood Minute Mart, I'm guessing, to get something to drink or get some candy or whatever. They went to this Minute Mart on their scooters. Well, the girls got done buying what they wanted, and they went outside to get back on their scooters. And Michaela's her scooter was next to where they left it. However, Michaela's scooter was not there. It was later found behind a car. Well, Michaela went to go get her scooter, and a person jumped out of the car, grabbed Michaela, and basically kidnapped her. To this day, Michaela has never been located. Her remains have never been found. They have a person a person of interest in the case. However, he's currently in prison, and from what I last read on the wiki before recording this, I'm guessing that he's still awaiting trial for the possibility of Michaela's murder. Do you like the unexplained? I hope that you do, because in case number 6, we have the case of Jim and Kathy Tatum. This is also known as the Tatum House. Now, I don't buy a damn thing that they said in this case. I know that people like this case, but for me, it doesn't feel right. But just because I don't like it, it doesn't mean I'm not going to read it to you guys. I am going to read this to you, and I'll give you my thoughts when I read it to everybody. Do you like cases that revolve around grizzled prospectors? If you do, then I got the case for you, ladies and gentlemen. Dan Williams. Dan Williams was your old-style, old-fashioned prospector. He did it for the love and to make a little bit of money. The love of prospecting. He was up in Canada when he may have he found some gold, and then when he went out to locate more gold, because that's what prospectors do, he disappeared. He was never seen from again. It's like aliens just came in, took, beamed him away. What happened to Dan Williams? Nobody knows. Over half a century later, Dan Williams has an estate that could be worth more than $3 million. That's right. If you are related to Dan Williams and you can prove it, you could be an instant millionaire. Okay, everybody, but that is it we have like just a loaded episode coming up, ladies and gentlemen. We have a missing persons case, we have an unexplained death case, we have 2 wanted cases, we have an unexplained case. We went on a little bit of a drought there with the unexplained, but we finally have an unexplained case, and we have a lost heirs case, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lost heirs case. This upcoming episode of Unsolved Mysteries is going to be awesome. It's going to be an awesome Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries episode also. Today, later on, I'm not sure exactly what the time will be, but it's going to be later today, I'm going to be kicking off this episode with case number 1, the mysterious disappearance of Jeremy Bright. Did Jeremy Bright run away with the affair like what the police thought he may have initially wanted to do? Or did Jeremy Bright actually meet a sad and dark ending? I will see you all later. My name is Jeff, aka GCurse, wishing you all a great day. Stay safe, everybody. Peace out.